Hello everyone, how are you? I just got my cat out from under the bed. This is Missy. Say hi, Missy. It's Bring Your Cats to Crafting Day today. Let me just check, make sure our live's working here, because I just noticed it saying it needed to reconnect. So, we do have a couple of people joining. The cat totally wants to run away. The poor little girl. Oh, come on, Missy. All the people are here ready to do our live today. Hey, all the pets. I hope you brought your pet to work today. We're doing the pet stencils from the new stencil collection. And Missy was just woken up from a sleep to come and say hello to everybody. So, hi Dawn, hi Christy. I put a post over in our Stencil of the Month Club group, if you missed that, saying that we're going to do Bring Your Pet to Craft Day today. So here's Missy. I've brought her. She's going to last all of like 5 seconds, so she'll be gone. I even brought little treats to put on the bench that, nope, she's not having a bar of it. She is not going to be stenciling today. What a shame, Missy. We were really looking forward to seeing your artistic work. And anyway, I put a post in our Stencil of the Month Club group earlier, if you saw that, to post a picture of your pet and let me know if they help you do crafting. I've seen we have a turtle over there. Shout out to some of our pet names that we have watching today. Okay, Missy's going. She's gone. Bye, darling. Here's your food that I brought lovingly for you to eat. She'll find it later. We have a bunch of pets watching. Oakley's watching today. And who was it? Mary. I have cat fur now. Mary is camping, but she's going to be watching with Chloe and Zoe. Shout out to Chloe and Zoe who are camping today. Who else have we got? Siggy. We've got a bunch of pets watching today. Frito Crafts. Frito is a stenciler, apparently. It's Frito the cat. So, hey guys, if you are watching today, we're having a fun time with some pet stencils today. So I did put a post up in our Stencil of the Month Club. If you're in that, go check it out and post a picture of your pet. Or if you're not in the Stencil of the Month Club, I've put a post on my I Restore Stuff page. So I'm Sharon from the blog I Restore Stuff. You can find me all over the social medias just using the @I Restore Stuff. And yes, that was Elisa's Oakley. Shout out. I was going to do a whistle, but I'm laughing and I can't whistle while I'm laughing. I get nervous and then just no whistle comes out. I was thinking that would attract all of the pets to go, hey, turn around. Anyway, I was just going to show you before we get into the pet stencils. So that's one thing we're going to be doing today. I did want to mention too that if you do watch the replay, if you're watching the replay, comment the word replay and you get a chance to win some prizes, because here at Essential Stencil, they have some wonderful giveaways. At the end of our live today, 3 lucky winners will be winning a prize. So if you do know anyone who has pets, loves pets, or has pet friends that they want to make stencils and sign for, or gift ideas, we'll be doing some of that today. So share the live. Just hit that little share button down there, and I'd love to. Yes, everyone's tuning in from all over the place. Western, Iowa, Elizabeth from Massachusetts. Mimi, her boys, both Chihuahuas, wouldn't stay still long enough to post a picture earlier. Oh, that's funny. 4 Huskies and 3 cats and a very old Russell Terrier Esther has. So great. Thank you so much, guys, for joining us. And I hope you'll stick around because we do have prizes at the end, like I said. Here I was trying to fix my collar. Let's have a look at the new stencils that I received this week from Essential Stencil. Thank you guys for sprinkling the love and sharing this live here with all of your friends. Okay, here's some of them. We've got the pet ones. I'll go over those last. They're behind me here on the table. We've got some Nana and Papa, so some grandparent stencils, a set of 4. And if you're in the Stencil of the Month Club, I designed our June set and it's all grandparent themed. We've got all the different, well, not all, but a bunch of different names that you might use for grandparents' names, and you can interchange them with some fun sayings and things. Plus, we've got a little add-on this time, which is a bunch of hearts. So I can't wait to introduce that to you when it's created. So this one has 4 different designs in it for grandparents. We also have the grandparent Essential Stencils. It's called Grandparents, and it's a 3-pack with 3 different sayings. Life is better with grandkids. Our greatest blessings call us grandma and grandpa. And the third one is only the best parents get promoted to grandparents. So then we have some Father's Day. Father's Day coming up in America. Did you know that in Australia here, our Father's Day is in September? So our Mother's Days are the same. Oh, Lucy's just said she's got chickens. We're out with them as we watch you. That is so cute. Yes, our Mother's Day falls on the same Sunday, but our Father's Day is in September. So you guys have yours in June. And you know what? Marty's dad is American, but he lives here. And he tries to get away with 2 Father's Days. So he kind of banks on the fact that he's American, so he should have a Father's Day here as well as, in June, as well as in September when we have our Australian one. So here's some Father's Day stencils. We've got this one with a couple of great dad stencil sayings. It's called Father. So if you're looking for these, just type in that word Father up in the essentialstencil.com website. Use my code IRestoreStuff for when you're ordering your stencils, you get 10% off. And there's Best Dad Ever, Happy Father's Day, and I Love You Dad signs all in that 3-pack of minis. Then guys, there's a whole bunch of 4th of July stencils. Did you see these ones? So we've got a mini set, another great mini set, and if you haven't already got the other 4th of July or Independence Day themed mini tag sets, there's a few others in there too. So if you just look those up, this one's called Red, White, Blue tags. I've seen some fun ones done by some of the ambassadors this week on that one already. America 6-pack. And so they may have shown you these already, but I'll just go through these for some of you. If you're brand new today and you've never seen an Essential Stencil live, we are about to get stuck into some stenciling. This is a porch leaner, you would call it, or a vertical board that you would stencil that on. Land of the Free, Home of the Brave. This Stars and Stripes stencil, so you can do all sorts of fun ideas with that, and also, continue the stripes on to make them longer, all sorts of fun things. Another vertical stencil, God Bless the USA, right there. Hi guys, thank you so much for joining. Don't forget to share the live, and we will be doing some fun pet stencils today. I was just going to come across here, make sure I can catch all of our comments. There we go. Hopefully I can see those as they roll in. And I love this one. This is one of my favorites. Even being in Australia here, I do love a good old USA flag. My husband's from the USA, and it has the little stars here so that you can fill in the blanks afterwards. After you've stenciled that, you would put the stars underneath there. I'm pretty sure someone's shown that this week. So that's all of the brand new stencils. Thought I'd just have a little unboxing there for those of you who haven't seen them yet. Pop those aside and show you the pet stencils that we'll be looking at today on a couple of signs. In fact, I was going to do some tea towels as well. So with the cat stencils, these are both mini 6-pack sets, 6 stencils in a set. And this one is called Cats, obviously, because it's all about cats, and the other one, I believe, is called Dogs. So if you were searching for them in Essential Stencil, then you would just search in the search bar, cats or dogs. All right, so the cat one has the following stencils. You've got you, me, and the cats. I think we'll do that one on a sign today. I love my cat. Home sweet home with a little... So remember that I love to interchange and interconnect all of these different stencils. I'll be showing you a fun way of doing a couple of those today, but imagine these little cat ears and whiskers you could use on something else as well. I don't know, have a think about what you could use those on also. There's this one, My Children Purr. Where's all our cat friends and cat loving friends out there? And we've got this one, You Had Me at Meow. Hi Teresa, hi Laurie. Yeah, the cat ones are great, aren't they? Life is better with cats. If you know any crazy cat ladies, there you go. It's time to share this live because we're about to do some cat stenciling. One cat short of crazy. That's cute. That's about us, and we only have one cat. So, all right. So that's the cat ones. The dog mini set. Again, 6 lovely stencils. Life is better with dogs. And we've got you, me, and the dogs. So I think I'll use that one. I'm going to be using that one on our sign today too. I'll put that with the sign that I'll be using it on. And then this is cute, and I believe you could use this. I did a survey in my own little house here to go, are paw prints the same for dogs and for cats? I don't know. What do you think? I guess I'm thinking you could use these for cats as well, even though they're with the dog stenciling set. You know, if you looked at real life dog or cat prints in the sand or whatever, they probably might have little claw marks as well. So I think you could use them for both. And I'm going to be using that one on my sign today over there too. We've got Who Rescued Who. That's gorgeous. And You Had Me at Wolf. And remember, you could use this little bone here for something else, another sign. You could add it to another one of the dog stencils even. There's the love with the paw print. And again, you could use that for cat loving people too, I believe. Yeah. If you don't have this already, use my code iRestoreStuff at essentialstencil.com. Type in the search bar cat or dog, add them to your cart, and you can get your 10% off using my code Dog Mom. So with that one, you could also change the word dog to cat. You could put, there's a cat word here, you could put cat mum up there, or using any of the letters in the sort of the mini, like I think that's probably about 2-inch letters. Any of the 2-inch letters you could use for another kind of pet there. All right, so those are the dog ones and the cat stencils, and I'm going to be, let's do some tea towels first. I just thought this is a great gift idea, and some of you are often asking about stenciling on fabric. So I'll do that, and then I'll go on with our signs. I'm just going to use one of these stencil plastics as a backing for my tea towel, so in case it goes through onto the other side. These are just ones I got on Amazon, and if you have a link to my Amazon store, I can post that in later if you want it, or ask me at iRestoreStuff on my page, send me a message and I'll send you the Amazon link. But these are really cute, just linen, cotton linen tea towels. They've got this little hooky thing here, which I love, that you can just hook up with that. I'm going to stencil it as though we might be hanging it over, you know, like this on a towel rail. So I just think I'll stencil, you know, in the center of this. Life is better with dogs. And you could sort of match the navy blue with the navy blue paint, but today I'm just going to do black, only because if I don't have a color that matches exactly, I feel like it might clash. So yeah, the towels are really cute. People are saying they love the towels. I do have them in my Amazon store. If you go to Amazon and look up iRestoreStuff, I think you can do that. You know, use the / iRestoreStuff. Haven't figured that out yet, but I do have a link for my shop that I can post in there in the comments later if you're asking for that. Okay, so just using a stencil brush. These are fairly small stencils, so I'm just going to use the 5/8 inch one. The Stencil Brushes are from Essential Stencil, that comes in a set of 4, and you can get 10% off those too if you use my code iRestoreStuff. All right, careful not to flick this everywhere, but I dip the brush bristles in and then I wipe the excess off on the edge. Then you're not wasting a whole bunch of paint on your cardboard. And what I'm doing is just offloading. So if you're new to stenciling, we offload the brush to make it what we call a dry brush technique when you're stenciling, and that stops it from getting all the bleed through underneath the stencil when you're stenciling. I'm wondering if I've got this around the right way. I think I do. Because you guys can't see it very well there, I suppose. Oh, my computer keeps closing, so I have to open it up so I can see your comments. All right, so I'm just doing a little swirly motion here, and yes, it does seem like I've got enough on the brush. When you're using fabric, when you're stenciling on fabric, let me see if I can put it down any further. Sometimes it's a bit different than when you're stenciling on painted sign or cardstock or boards. The fabric, depending on the fabric, tends to soak up the paint a bit more. But it's better to still use the dry brush and just make sure you're holding your fabric down and your hand on the stencil. Now, one question I always get when we are stenciling fabric is, how do you wash it? Because obviously tea towels are going to be washed. You first of all, I usually set the paint into the fabric using one of two ways. You can just, the easy way I think is to just throw it in the dryer, a hot dryer for 15 minutes. Probably don't even need that much to set it, so it just needs heat setting. Or on the reverse side, or using another plain tea towel over the top, or some kind of handkerchief or cloth, even a fabric scrap, put that down on top and use a hot dry iron. And that's for cotton tea towels. You'd put it on the cotton setting, but make sure it's dry and not got the steam coming through, because you want it to be nice and dry to set the heat and not have sort of moisture going in it. So those are my top tips for setting your paint. These cute bubble letters, I believe they're coming back in. I remember back in the 80s or 90s, they're bubble letters, or even in the 80s in high school, I used to do my assignments with headings with bubble letters. We didn't have all the beautiful graphic design programs that you guys have all got now. But these are cute. Okay. I can't wait to see some more of your pets. There we go. Essential Stencil has put the list up there of where you can get the cat and dog stencils. Those are my affiliate links that you'll jump onto there, and you can get your 10% off. Again, offloading the paint from the brush and just making sure we've got enough. Now, these skinny letters at the very top here, where it says life is and the word with, because they're really thin, you've got to really wiggle the brush to get the paint into those. Whereas with the bubble letters, you just have to probably go a little bit more over those and swirl it right around to the edges. And the paw print, I think we've got enough on there. And then just simply lift it up. So then, like I said before, to set them, a hot iron, you could use just the reverse side of it on your ironing board, but wait till it's dry. I'd leave it, a good half an hour. It's I've just used a chalk paint, like a furniture paint, which dries fairly quickly. Now, where's our cat one? We'll do a cat one also, so let me hang this over here. Life is better with dogs. And all the dog people said, yes. Okay, so when you're doing your tea towels, just remember, where's my loop? If you're going to be hanging it from the loop, remember to do it this way, okay? So if you did it the other way, you would hang it and the words would be upside down. So get your directions right first. When we do our signs in a minute, I also wanted to show you, we might do some shadowing there, because I get asked about doing shadowing, to just show you how to do that. Create a bit of a 3D look. Oh, Marty says that they have bunny rabbits. Pauline said, I missed where you got the towels. I got these from Amazon. So if you go to my Amazon store, you'll be able to see the link for these there. And I restore stuff on Amazon, so I'm not sure if that comes up when you do a little search there. Let me just grab my tape. You could just hold it still, but I do both for tea towels, for when I'm working on fabric, because the fabric can be a little bit wiggly underneath. So here we go. Oh, I just have this little panic to go, have I got the words around the right way? Because I'm doing this upside down for you. And see the little paw print with the heart on here. You could use that for a dog's sign as well. Or I love my, and then replace the word cat here with dog, using your whatever other letters you might find. We've got lots of different letter sets with Essential Stencil. If you're needing any other letters, there's the skinny letters. They've got straight bold letters in different sizes too. I believe there's 5-inch letters, 2-inch letters, So if you type in the word letters in the Essential Stencil site, you'll come up with all of the different varieties of letters that you can use. So what do you think? The tea towel idea for a gift for a friend who has pets, loves their pets. You could use this for a little sign for them to hang in their kitchen, or even a hand towel if you prefer these kind of hand towels. I kind of like the terry toweling ones, but some people prefer these as hand towels. You could use that. Or a pillowcase. What about that? Could put it on a pillowcase. Create a pillow that says, I love my pet. There we go. How easy and quick was that? And then I just pop those in the sink right away. I'm here at my kitchen bench again. So there's a cute little I love my cat tea towel to go with our Life is Better with Dogs tea towel. Oops. And now, if you've just joined me, we are doing some fun pet signs today. Okay, so we've got our cats. I thought you, me, and the cats would be great for this sign. And then I've got, I like to just use and recycle and use what I've got. So this one is a signboard that I've just repainted over, sanded back and repainted over. And it's kind of a long one, but it goes this way. So I thought, what's some ways that we can use these signs to go across? So I think I'm going to do you, me, and the dogs, and put in between little paw prints. And then I'm also going to use the paw prints for the you, me, and the cat. So I'll show you this one in just a minute. And let's see if we can fit this still in the shot. I'll first of all center my words, the cats, you, me, and the cats. I think I'll do a bit of a black shadow, so I'm just going to move it slightly that way. Again, I'll pop my tape on. Now for the background of this board, I don't know if you can see this, I did sort of a light grey colour, then I dry brushed it. Oop, there we go. Really close, you can see. So see the effect there? I've kind of stippled the paint a bit, then I dry brushed across the top with some a darker grey colour. So it kind of creates this textured look, and then even at the end I can go over that with a glaze and it'll create even another effect. So just using my same black paint here again. Don't forget, at the end we are going to pick some lucky winners, so hang around, enjoy the conversation about pets. What kind of paint did I use? I am just using a furniture paint. This is Jet a black colour by Artisan Mineral Paint. So it's a mineral paint, which this brand is an Australian brand, but you can get Fusion Mineral Paint over there in the States. I've got links to that on my Amazon shop also. So I've centered you, me, and the cats, and I talked about I'm going to do a little bit of a shadow. So I will use the black, and I think I'll just do it for, sometimes I just do the shadowing effect on just part of the stencil, like maybe the bigger words. Use it for the bolder letters. I think I'll just still go over that little skinny letters in the middle there. Barbara said she's thinking of doing a tea towel for your sister. But it's going to have to say life is better with cats, dogs, birds, horses and donkeys. Oh my goodness, she's got a few. Tammy's asking, will the tea towel paint not wash out? No, that's why I was talking about heat setting it, so you may have missed that bit. So I usually heat set it with either by throwing it in a hot dryer for several minutes, about 15 minutes or so, or doing a hot dry iron on the reverse side of it. But I'm just using a furniture paint. It's just a water-based, acrylic-based paint. So you can get proper fabric paints too, so you can always just use that. All right, so we've got our dark colour there. While that dries, I'm going to start on creating, because I want to do another layer over that, okay? So we're going to shadow those letters. So I'll just leave that aside. Actually, I will wipe that down. We talked about this so that when I go to do my other lighter colour on top, I don't get the risk of having any of these, any of the paint coming through from the black. So when you're cleaning off your stencils like this though, don't forget that you're actually pushing some of that underneath. So you can see it's right there on my kitchen bench. So I turn it over, make sure you wipe the back also. You might have to do that a couple more times. And then we're good. Okay, so that's ready for when we do our other colour. Let's pop that in the sink. Now let's go on with our dog stencil here. Now this one's a little bit trickier because what I want to do is, here's my idea. So I'll tell you my layout idea and then we'll see how it works. Oh, you can't see the full sign in there. Let me just move it back slightly and put my cat one in the front. So what I want to do is I want to go you, me, and then put and the dogs at the end, and in between I want to put these little paw prints kind of like this, so they're walking along in between the letters, almost like a you, ... me, ... and the dogs. Okay, that is my vision. So let's go with it and see if we can do the you first, then I want to put and the dogs over here. I'll put me in the middle and see if it all will line up nicely with the paw prints. So we've got, I'm just going to do this one black, and I'll show you the shadowing on the other one, on the cat's one. So again, offloading our brush so that we don't get all of that underneath. I'm going to just need to do the word you. So here's where, if you're wanting to isolate certain words, you will need your painter's tape. And I'm just going to rub it onto my fabric for a minute so it doesn't stick too much. And we're just putting the word you here at the edge of the sign, not too close to the edge. And my brush is a fair way away from the word me, so I don't want to brush over that. Then I go get my brush and do a little wriggle around with the black paint. So see how I've isolated just the word you on here, and I've taped off the words underneath because that's where I want to stop. I'll lift that up. On the end of the sign, I'm going to put these words. So being very careful to take my tape off so that it doesn't pull any of the small letter bridges. So I'm going to put the words and the dog. So I want to measure the gap on the side, again, just as about as much as I did on the other side with you. And I'm going to isolate that, just put a tape over the top words, and that also tapes down that as much. I want to make sure that's around about centered also. I think we need to move it slightly up. So that's where I've got it now, and I'm going to put and the dogs all together there. Might need a little bit more paint, so just offloading that. And then we go ahead and I'm just splotching it first because I feel like I've got just a little bit too much paint. Now I'm going to swirl it in. And the little dog bone there. Who's still got their pets watching today's live? If you missed it earlier, I was talking about, I did introduce my cat, so you'll go have to watch the replay to see the cat. Okay, someone's just asked what size the boards are that I'm using. Oh, I knew I'd get that question and I didn't bring my tape measure. But I'm thinking that's about probably, about 14 inches. This might be about 10. So this one is more than that. It's probably maybe 20. I don't know. I forgot to bring my ruler today. Sorry guys. But what I did was I just use whatever board I have and then I make my stencils to fit them. So see how these are mini stencils and they really probably would suit a sign that is, a little square, cute little farmhouse sign. But I love to just upcycle things that I already have or use what I can find. So therefore, I create the signs to fit my boards sometimes. All right, so we've got our word and the dogs right there. So we've got you. Then I'm going to put me in the center. I think that's what I'm going to do next. Again, just moving my tape and we want to put me in the center. I just wanted to make sure, so we're going to put these paw prints in the middle, so it's going across this way. And I'll put them kind of, yeah, that'll work. But I kind of need to make sure that me is in the center of the D and the U for here. I've got that, you can just see it in the shot. Okay. Once again, another good reason to have a ruler. Oh, hang on, I'm measuring from here, just the word me. Okay, so I sometimes use my hands, just like this, guys. Anyone else eyeballing? This is where if your pet was doing craft, they probably wouldn't care, right? So, I was joking about this is bring your pet to craft day. You know how they have bring your pet to work day? Well, this is bring your pet to stenciling day today. Okay, got the word me. Get a little bit more black on my brush. Oh, Mimi said that one of her dogs is hiding. You had thunderstorms earlier. Oh gosh. Yeah, our dog that we used to have, he passed away a couple of years ago. Poor old guy. Used to run away every time we had thunderstorms and lightning. Didn't like it. Okay, that one, I just want to show you. I think I had a little bit too much on my brush, and so it feels like it's just a little bit fuzzy on the edges, whereas the other ones are a little bit crisper. Okay, so... Oh, okay, someone asked a good question. Should I be filling in the bridges after stenciling? So what she means is these little bridges, see the little gap where you've got the gaps in the letters with the Y? Those are the bridges that help the center of the O be a center of an O when you actually paint it. Otherwise it would just be one big circle of black. And so that's a good question. I don't. Some people like to fill them in, and that's fine. And you would just have to get a very fine paintbrush, use the same color paint and fill it in. But I like the stenciling handcrafted look. So we're going to have 4 paw prints going across this way, and I think I'm going to just do them every which way. Well, not every which way. They'll be going in one direction, but I think you'll get what I mean. I'm just being really careful. I haven't taped off the sides. Oh, are we in the shot there? I'll try and lift this up a little bit so it's a bit more visible. Because I'm not doing all in one row, I'd like to make it, I did a Google search and thought, what do pet footprints look like a dog on the beach, you know, when they're walking along. And they are sort of a little bit, not all in one row, they kind of separate a little bit and go every which way. So that's what I'm going to be doing. And I'm just being really careful. You know what, I could actually use the one paw print. That's a smart idea. Instead of using the 4 different ones. Oh, I probably should have taped this. It's very close. So if I was doing it again, I probably would tape it. So instead of using all 4, I could just use that same first one each time. So I'm going to go down again. So 1, 2, 3, 4. This is how I'll lay them out, okay? I think I need a little bit more paint. Just don't want too much, so I'm kind of grabbing from the edge of my container here where I wiped off the paint and then offloading it on just a piece of cardboard. You can use a paper plate or anything really. Just wanted to remind you, if you're ordering any of your stencils, use my code IRestoreStuff, you get 10% off. And if you have not joined the Stencil of the Month Club, there are lots of fun stencils in there to choose from, and they get sent to you every month, different set of stencils, a set of 3 plus an add-on every month. And you can get 50% off your first month if you use my code IRestoreStuff. So go check that out at stencilofthemonthclub.com. The links are in the description of the live here. Okay, so how's that looking? You, me, and the dogs. So, and if you just had one dog, you know, you can just take off the letter S and then shift the word across, so you didn't have to make it say dogs. You could just shift the little word dog and center that to and the. Once again, just going to go, maybe I'll start down again, down a little bit, and I'm smudging, smushing, swirling, kind of swirling and smushing at the same time. I will just use this one, and then in a minute I want to show you over on our cat board that we did before, the cat stencil sign, how I'm going to use that black base as a shadow and then use, I thought, a nice blue colour to go over the top of it. Okay, again, just popping that a little bit lower than the other one, kind of making them go higgledy-piggledy across the board. And the other thing I want to do is add some of these paw prints to the cat board too, so stay tuned for that. If you are watching the replay, guys, don't forget to comment the word replay and you have a chance to win some stencils also. Oh. I'm getting very close to those other paw prints, so ideally I just didn't want to spend the time taping this up right now and then undoing the tape and so on. There we go. Oh, it's a little, I'll have to get that when it's dry. There's a little smudge on there. So I'm holding that back a little bit. We've got you, me, and the dogs. How's that? It's a bit fun. Okay, so I think I'm finished with this stencil now. So once again, you want to just clean that off as soon as you can. And for the purpose of the live right now, I'm just going to pop it into my sink and let that soak a bit. So we've got our cat sign now that I was doing earlier, which just says you, me, and the cats. Remember, this is a whole set of 6, so there's another 5 different stencils in both the dog set and the cat set than what I've shown you already. So this was our cat stencil here, and I want to do a shadow technique. Now my blue, I'm not sure if my black paint on my brush, not sure if I'm quite finished with that yet, because I do want to add some cat paw prints there. So what I'm going to do is put that in a little damp cloth and set it aside so it doesn't dry out. I can just see a little tiny hair on this board here. It was annoying me. All right, so let's see. I've got a couple of different coloured blues here. I think I'll go with this brighter one, and this is the Australian artisan mineral paint in the colour Wagga, which I think is the name of a place down south. Elisa says, so stinking cute. You need these stencils. Yep, you can get them at the link that we've posted right there. You just type in cats or dogs. Actually, Essential Stencil put the actual link in there, so you can just jump onto that and make sure you get your 10% off using my code. All right, so here's another tip for shadowing. If you haven't tried this already, see how it kind of looks shadowed when I'm just moving the stencil over there. It kind of messes with your eyes, doesn't it? So here it is on exactly over the stencil. Then to shadow it, you just move it slightly across and slightly up, because I'm creating the black as the shadow. So slightly one way across. You can either go left or right, depending on which way you want your light to shine to make the shadow, and then slightly up. So that's how we make our shadow. So I'm just going to, oops, slightly across, slightly up, and place my stencil tape down there. Then I'm going to get a new brush, a clean brush, of just using this bright blue colour to paint over the top. Now hopefully it's going to cover really well. If it doesn't cover in one coat, you can always come back with the second coat, but I want to offload that on the brush. Looks a little bit translucent, so I may need another coat to go over the black, because when you're stenciling, say you're using white as a shadow, you can use that as a shadow for a contrasting colour also, but because I've got sort of a white grey board, I did black. And using black as an underneath shadow, yeah, it's going to be really light, so we'll do one coat, let it dry, and then I'll go on with another coat. But yeah, white's a really nice colour to contrast under a colour also. The other thing you could do is just use a thicker paint like chalk paint. So this one's a little bit too translucent. So that's not going to turn out too effectively right now, so I will have to just let that dry and do a second coat in a minute. While it's drying, we'll do our paw prints on the side. And if you've got any question, let us know. Karen says you've never done the shadow effect. Yeah, have a look at my playlist in the Essential Stencil video section. The ambassadors have each got a playlist on this page, on the Essential Stencil page right here. And I've done quite a bit of shadowing. In fact, I think there's a whole playlist on just shadowing, so, because that's a question we often get asked, how to do that. So I won't lift it up just yet, but if I do, I mean, I can just sort of show you. It's really translucent, so that blue really needs to, it feels very thin. So you can see it does a slight effect on there, but I want it to be more blue than that. So let's pop that back down, wait a little minute. Didn't bring my hairdryer today, but what I am going to do is use that black paint and my brush that's over here and do some paw prints. So I thought for the cat sign, we can do little cat paw prints going up the... Anyone else have cat paw prints that literally you see going around your house when they've been outside or something? Ours is an indoor cat, so I know that our dog used to make a mess. Once again, probably just for my sake of easy stenciling. There we go. Then I don't have to concentrate so much when you tape it off. Here we go. It's a whole lot easier. So I'm just taping off that one little paw. We can make it go up the board. So I haven't dipped the paintbrush back in yet. But that one is definitely lighter than the other. And then another one over this way. So you can kind of just mix and match them. Oops. Offloading the brush. Adding some paw prints. I'd love to see your pets. Who is stenciling with you, crafting with you today? I'm going to have to do another one right here, but I think it's a bit too close to that stencil, so I'd have to shift it. Let's see. I will wait until that's, well, maybe it'll dry better if I lift it up. I just don't want to lose its spot. So there we go. I can put that a bit closer now. And it looks like it's nearly dry, ready for its second coat, that blue. Furniture paint really does dry quite fast, whether you're using chalk paint or the mineral paint. They're pretty quick to dry. And then I'll drop it right down exactly where it needs to go. And you can have them coming off the other side as well. Do one over here. Trail them off the other side. If you have any questions about, Connie says my cats are meowing right outside your craft room right now. Yes, someone's got a question. Do you clean your brushes in just soapy dish soap? I do. I do it in dish soap and kind of scrub it around on my hand like this. So I'll drop a little, I rinse it out first. So the majority of the paint comes off the brush when you're rinsing it off. And then I will get a tiny drop of dish soap and just scrub it around on my hand. You can actually use those, there's little plastic pads that have bumps in it, and you can rub it on those and they kind of get the paint off really well too. But if the paint starts to get too grungy on the brush and, you know, a bit hard to remove, like if it's been sitting there for a long time and you haven't done it right away, I'll sometimes use a brush soap. Like the Fusion Mineral Paint has a really good brush soap that is on my Amazon shop again. And it's got a linseed oil base in it, And I thought, what? Oil for a soap? Anyway, it works. It works so well. I've had actual, well, where am I going? Sorry, I was out of the shot there. I've had paint brushes that have just been, look, I'm going to go right off the edge, that have been really chunked up with furniture paint, and I've used this Fusion's brush soap on it, and it's been amazing at just really conditioning the brush, getting it back to where it's so soft, and the bristles are really nice to use again. So that's a good one to find, and that's in my Amazon shop. If you're in Australia, you can get it from my online shop, but okay, so we've got our little paw prints, and let's just finish that off with this gorgeous color again, and it's really bright. It's like a, I don't know what you call it, it's a greeny blue. It's a lovely color. It's just a little bit translucent. So you could even go over this with a third coat, which I may do after the live and finish that off a little bit more. But stay tuned, we're going to pick some winners in a minute, and I hope that you've enjoyed our live today, and I hope your pets enjoyed it too, guys. Oh yeah, Laurie says spray a little bit of Awesome. I've seen Melissa use that, and I actually bought some from my Amazon store also. That Awesome spray is awesome. Okay. Going over with that blue again, was just trying to show you a little bit of a shadowing technique, but using black as a base, really, you probably need to just go over it a few times if you're using a light color like I am on the top. But I'll show you that, and then we can let that dry, and I'll do another coat again later. Thank you, Tammy. Hi, Kim. Who was that? Someone's asking, do I seal those once I'm finished? Yes, you can seal them. So for one of these, I was going to do some antiquing glaze to show you how that looks, but I might do that on my page afterwards over at I Restore Stuff on my page, just to glaze them with some antiquing glaze, or you can just seal them with a top coat sealer, and that just seals that in. And really, if it's just going to sit on your wall as a sign and it's not going to be, you know, touched or bumped or anything, a sealer might not be necessary, but I find that it kind of just gives it a nice finish, a nice sheen on the outside of it. So, all right, let's have a look at what we've done today. I hope your pets enjoyed our Bring Your Pet to Work Day, Bring Your Pet to Crafting Day today. Hi, Barbara, you've just joined us too. So, yeah, I will seal these. In fact, I'm getting ready to do a market this weekend, and we'll be taking a lot of our signs on there. Let me show you this shadowing so you can see that a bit closer. See how the blue doesn't stand out as well, but let's see how close we can get so you can really see it. So one more coat I think will really bring out that vibrancy of the blue. So yeah, there's you, me, and the cats, and little paw prints up there. And then we've done the you, me, and the dogs with a you, me, and the dogs. So that's a long sign, just showing you different ways that you can, you know, create using the boards that you've already got. We also did a couple of tea towels. So we've got Life is Better with Dogs as a tea towel. Great gift idea for a pet lover. So if you know someone who loves pets, there we go. I love my cat. And see, if you had more than one cat, you can always add an S here. Get the S from one of the other stencils with the same font on it. Probably got one here somewhere. Or, yeah, it's probably in one of the other stencils. Like if you looked through, you could find an S. Let me see if we do. See, there's, yes, there's an S right here on this cat's. And so you can just isolate that S with your painter's tape and go crazy. You could make all sorts of fun designs using all of the pet stencils. So if you don't have that set yet, use my code I Restore Stuff and get yourself some, look up dogs, cats, or just use the links that Essential Stencil has put right there. Looking for some winners now, guys. So let me know if you see the winners right there on the live. Oh, there we go. They have put the winners up. And let me announce who they are. We've got Trudy, Elisa, and Diane. Congratulations, you have won some Essential Stencils. So excited for you, and they'll be coming in the post when you let them know your details. So you've been tagged in the post there. They will tell you who to email. Email Essential Stencils, send them your details, and they'll send you out a prize. Don't forget, if you're watching the replay, comment the word replay in the next 24 hours, and Essential will be picking another prize winner. So lots of love to your cats and your dogs and your turtles. We even had a turtle. If you're in the Stencil of the Month Club, please go and add your pet. I want to see who joined you on this live today, or over on my page, I Restore Stuff. My I Restore Stuff page, would love to see pictures of your pets there too. We had a turtle, we had dogs, rabbits, all sorts of things, okay? So there's our stenciling projects for today. I will see you next week for another fun live. Bye.